Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming back for part 2 of the Slow Rack Beauty and the Beast collection. Now, this video is just going to be the tutorial of all the products I used from this collection, to the eyeshadows, to the blushes, to the lipsticks and lip glosses. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. If you want to see the full review of what I think about everything, that will be in part 1. I'll link that video below. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate you being here. Remember, please subscribe, follow, comment, and like. It really helps me a lot, and thank you so much for being here with me through my journey as an artist. And I'm doing makeup just because I have a love for it until I'm able and permission to post stuff about my music. So thank you so much for your understanding. I love you very much. Thank you. I miss you, and enjoy. Bye. You are nice, close, and personal, and no, you are not imagining. You're looking at me how I naturally look like without any makeup. Take a good look, people. This is reality. Alright, off to the tutorial. Alright, and of course, I do have a mirror with me. That mirror from when I did Shop BBF for that Ariel one, and I'll link my video below in case you haven't seen it yet. So, I know, I have my cute little kitty ears. It is so cute, and if you want to know where I get them, they're in the description too. And I just remembered, this is my first tutorial that I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it too, huh? Alright, and it's Beauty and the Beast. I told you, it's the thing with me, Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so the first thing I do is use a primer. The primer that I love is from Urban Decay. It's called the Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and I prefer it in Eden. And I prefer it in Eden because I would like to cover any veins, any imperfections that I have, because when I do my makeup, as close as a porcelain doll as humanly possible. Okay? Sorry, gotta make sure the mirror's facing me, kind of doing this action. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm facing you, that way you can see what I'm doing. So I use this, I'll open it. It comes with an applicator. So what I do first is go ahead and put it on my eye. If you see me looking up and down repeatedly, it's because, it's, like I mentioned, this is my first tutorial, and so I want to make sure the camera, because I'm doing everything off of a viewfinder, to make sure you guys can see me and I'm here and I'm not like completely off frame. So then I get my beauty blender and I just go ahead and I do this side first. I blend all that in. See? Don't worry, it won't stay this white for very long. And then I do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so number one rule when you put the primer, do not put like all the eyeshadow that you want to do right away, because it will skip and be ridiculous. So you always have to start off with color that's close to your skin color if you can, or at least somewhat invisible. So out of this palette, because my goal is to use everything off of the Beauty and the Beast palette, so I'll be using Chip In, like so. And all you do is cover it over the primer. You're not, you know, going over the crease. You're not doing anything crazy. Be messy, it's fine, because all you're doing is setting down the primer. That way you're able to put in the application nice and smoothly without issues. As you can tell, nothing. And you do the same thing on the other one. And I like Chip In just for this process. Unless I'm doing a cut crease, I may be using Chip In, but I like this only because it sets it and you're not worried about, you know, so much color. Any color goes on top of it without an issue. We got it, we're primed, we can do whatever color we want. And this goes for every makeup look that you do, at least that's what I do. Before I put any color, neutral, wild, you gotta set the eye. That's one of the things that will actually keep your eyeshadows in place all day long and not fade. Because if you just put in with nothing, yeah, it's not gonna last very long. I don't know about you, but I wanna save my money and actually use it for good use. Just saying. Alright, so what I like to do, because I want to try to use as many colors as I can on here without going completely crazy. Now I'm thinking about using some of the browns, maybe a pop of pink, and possibly a whole different color down here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna try to use as much color as I possibly can. Okay, so for my transition color, I'm gonna use the Beauty and the Beast brush. I do love this brush. And try to find a color, a transition color that's close to your skin tone as possible, or at least one shade darker. One, if anything, because this is a transition. And we're gonna start putting this in the crease. Do not worry about it being too light where you can't see, more likely, because I'm not exactly 100% sure what look I'm doing. We're probably gonna cover it up. And other times, depending on your looks, you may not. So we'll see. So for me, Look Beyond looks best for me. So I go in. Alright, am I seeing this? Okay. I go in. I tap in the access. And I go straight into the crease. Now, some of you, or there is that controversy about trying to do your face makeup and then eyeshadow, and some people do eyeshadow whatsoever. I'm gonna tell you my rule right now. I don't care what look I'm doing, I am doing eyes before face, and here's why. One, fallout. Do you really want to mess with that? And then two, yeah, there's powder and other tricks to prevent that when fallout is involved, but that's just too high maintenance. I want to get my eyes done and just be done with it. So, I'm putting it over the crease. Okay, see? You can already tell how one looks a little different than the other. Here's like, oh, I'm starting to wake up. This side is like, ah! Alright, let's fix the eye. Okay, now that both eyes are done, as you can see, it's just one shade darker than my actual skin tone. And it's just going for the crease. It's more like a transition, because doing makeup, I like doing a lot of, I guess we call it 3D looks, because then you're able to see some dimension instead of just plain flat. Now, I have one of those days that I don't have time to be precise, so yeah, it's gonna be flat. But today, since we're gonna be using as much colors as possible, it's gonna have some dimension. Second color I'm gonna use is My Castle, which is the other color, a little bit darker than the one. Put on top of Look Beyond, you know, and you can use the same brush, but for me, I like to use different brushes, so I'm gonna use this brush. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you, this is the Sigma Taper Blending E40. It's one of my favorite brushes. My Castle, and just do the same process. Go on top. Don't worry if you look a little messy, because all my makeup looks are messy, but there's a way to clean them up. Okay, as you can tell, they are both done. Same process as the other one, just putting in crease. The next one I'm gonna go ahead and use Timekeeper. Sigma, yes, the majority of my brushes are Sigma. So, Sigma E55, the shader brush. Any shader brush would do. This is just one of my favorites. As I said, I'm gonna be using Timekeeper. They're a little fallouty, but not so much. Now with this color, I'm gonna put it like right on the lid, but not the entire lid. I'm just gonna put it like right here, because I'm gonna do a little bit of a hollow effect. Just watch what I'm gonna do. So I go in the inner corner more and put some more in the outer corner. Now you're gonna be like, your look looks really messy. We'll clean it up. Just wait. All right, as I was saying, put it all in the outer corner. As you can tell, that's it. The middle should be blank. And do the same thing for the other eye. Okay, now that we have our hollow eye going, let's go ahead and start blending this out a little bit. So I go back to this brush. Go ahead and pick up a little bit of the Look Beyond, the first color that you used, that was 110 above your skin. And just go over the crease and those edges. That way you can smooth it out. You're not putting a dark color, and just smooth it out. And so also for the middle, you can pick up that same brush, but just flip it to the other side that you didn't use. And I'm gonna go ahead and put Real You. I put this one at work yesterday. It was so beautiful. So you just put it in the middle of it, just like a little sandwich. Just sandwich it between those colors. If you like to be a little bit on the subtle side, hey, more power to you. But me, I'm not so subtle. So I'm putting Max Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I'm wetting my brush, and I'm going to be grabbing more of the real you and put it in the middle. You see how it just popped up? It's like, oh, the girl has some color in the middle. And as you can tell, that doesn't look very blended, but you go back and use the other side of it and put more of the timekeeper and refill those edges, because you know, color do go away after so much blending, but in makeup, blending is key. Blending is key. Remember that, blending is key. Go back to this brush and keep blending. Now are you guys seeing the nice dimension? It's very pretty, isn't it? And we have the little pink going on, and I like to put just a tad more. Now, you may have just probably looked at me, but your eyebrows are done. Sorry, my video card apparently got full, so I had to kind of delete a couple of stuff. So I'm back, but while I was gone, I went ahead and did my eyebrows. That way this video won't be like a million years long. So I'm not completely done with the eyes, but I do see that, you know, some of my eyeshadow is done. So I like to go ahead and do my under the brow bone. And what the brush I like to use, there's not much of a name for it. It's from Mary Kay, and it says definition, but it gives me no number, no nothing. But you know, I've seen people use mini fan brushes or just anything that's flat. It seems to be a lot better for underneath here. Just need something small. I'm actually going to be mixing two colors. I'll be using Dream It and Tea Time. And you put it up here. Now you're thinking, oh, that's very white. We'll fix it in a minute. Just watch. And remember what I said? Blend. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the first brush that we used, the Sigma E40. Yeah, I was right. The E40, just to blend. Since there's no really any product on it, it's just easier since we're just blending. So we go here and blend away. For me, knowing myself, I want to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline New York Eye Studio. It's one of the few drugstores that I use. And the only reason is because it's nice and creamy and very, very black. And I'm just going to put like a little liner right here. Not a wing. Not a wing. Just outline the eye a little bit. Now if you're new to makeup, practice this, because this requires a very, very, very steady hand. So I'm using this brush, and E65, of course, is from Sigma. It's a small angle brush, only because I have very small round eyes and it's just easier to get in that way. If you like felt tip, then use the felt tips, whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm just lining the edge right there to right there. It's just more of a dimension. Some people like it, some people don't, but I actually prefer that in my eye. I cannot talk in this process, so hopefully watching you get it. So hopefully you saw that I used this, like the edge tip of it, to go like right there, and then I turn it and go like the other direction. That way my eyes can have some sort of definition. So I want to add a little bit more pop to my eyes, because I'm going to add a little bit of blue and purple underneath. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to end up for this look use the turquoise color. It's called the CSEA from Marc Jacobs. If I ever stay in my waterline. So you open it up. See how pretty this color is? It's so pretty. And you just put it underneath the eye. See how my eye just became more alive and more with the definition there? That's why I do like under the eye colors or anything there, because it shapes the eye more. Okay, so this is all I'm gonna end up doing with the eyeshadows just for this section. I'm gonna add some stuff in the bottom, but I'm actually gonna see you guys in a few, I guess for you be like in a second, because I want to go finish up my face and I'll be right back, and that way we'll finish up with to show you the blushes, the lipsticks, and the glosses. Alright, see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back now that the rest of my face is done. Let me finish up with the rest of the products. Now, what I was saying was underneath my eye I had an idea. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the bottom part of the Lorac brush. This is two-ended. I'm getting the smaller version of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get Beast Mode, because it's just calling my name. Beast Mode. Tap that brush, because it is pigmented. And you put it right underneath the lash. Just go like halfway with it, don't go all the way in. And then we're gonna get this brush, and it's also from Mary Kay, I believe. Yeah, it's just called Eye Crease. I don't know. I got these like a very long time ago because I didn't know anything about makeup and never used it, but you know, past couple of years with practice I have. So now that we have Beast Mode underneath here, we're gonna take Impress and put it underneath but all the way, and do the same thing for the other eye. I'll add a little bit more Beast Mode. I wanted to show up a little bit more. And just blend it back out again. Now, and then the last thing I'm going to do with it is put like an inner corner. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of Dream It. Put underneath the corner here. And there you go. I just went ahead and curled my lashes. I'm not the type of girl that wears lashes every day. I usually just wear lashes when I'm like going to be doing a show or something, or a special occasion. But for every day, now I just go ahead and curl, and they look above, like they show up anyway. So I could do a tutorial of how you can do that. Just let me know, comment below. So eyeshadow done. So I'm gonna go ahead and for today try Enchanted. I personally don't like very strong blushes. Actually, I really am not a blush type of gal. If you are, good. Hey, I prefer bronzer. As you can tell, it just fits better for my face. But I'm gonna put a little bit of Enchanted, and I'm using a little bit of the Unicorn from Tarte. And so you go right there in the middle of the cheek, and you go back. See how it deposits the color? It's nice, and that's like one of the palest ones out of the four. Do the same thing. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So we got that for blood. Now for the, I guess you would say final but last ones, are the lipsticks and lip glosses. Oh, and I love them. And you'll see. Tres Chic. Tres Chic. T-R-E-S-C-H-I-C. Tres Chic. Very, very nice. It's like close to like a purpley brown on me with the gloss. Absolutely beautiful. So that is the end of my makeup. Now, my final thought. So my final thoughts is that it's a big hit. Good job, Lorac. Good job. Good job. Good job, Lorac. Ooh, 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 But yes, it's a big hit. But thank you so much for spending the day with me or night, wherever you are. And remember, go ahead and follow me on my social medias, which is Instagram and Twitter. I'm trying to get active on the other ones, but Instagram and Twitter. Also follow me on my Facebook artist page and subscribe here on YouTube, since you will get more information from me and just us to get to know each other and have fun. So thank you so much, and I will see you on our next video. Thank you. Bye. Miss you.